G'day team, and welcome back to the Aussie Outdoor Blokes. Harry here with Bobo. We've just got up the lodge, having another night up here. I'm going to have a steak, a bit of a chat, a few beers, and a bit of a relax. So, look, I'm going to get the camp set up. I'm going to let Bobo have a bit of a run round. Off we go, and we'll catch up with you very shortly. I'm going to have a beer, get a few other things sorted. We're going to get our dinner, nice big steak and that ready. And later on, once we've had our dinner, we'll have a bit of a chat. I'm going to go and check out where Bobo is too, because I think she's off adventuring in somewhere. Now, dinner's like we did last time, team. Is a steak and some salad. I've got a potato in the fire already. It's in foil, it's in the fire, and cooking away there. What I did today though, is instead of making the salad, like I did last time, I've actually gone to Woolies and bought one of these U-Butte pre-packaged jobbies. So I don't have to do anything tonight. This is even getting better. Right? I'm going to get my steak because I've got to give a bit of a shout out to a mate of mine and a friend that I met in Canada, and that's Michael. Now Michael's a Marine, or I think he's out now, but he sent me a package and had t-shirts and all that, and it's also got the Texas dry rub, and that's going on my steak tonight. So big shout out to you, Mick. Thanks so much for that, and the barbecue sauce we used and a few other things. So I'll go get my steak and I'll be back in a second. We'll prepare it up. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a heap of that rub on. Alright, we're going to let that, put it over there, turn him over. A sizzle. Look at that. How good does that look? Well team, cooked my steak, got my potato and my salad here. So I'm going to have dinner, and then what we're going to do is sit out here, have a beer and have a bit of a chat. I'll show you my dinner, but I'll tell you what, it looks pretty damn good. Now, the old potato's a bit black on the outside, but I'll tell you, oh, look at that, in we go. Rightio. So let's get our camera over here so I can have a bit of a look at this amazing feast that we're going to have. So there's my potato. I'm going to I'll get that out of the way. I'm going to throw a little bit of butter on it. We all know my little bit of butter. Yeah, because that's the way it should be. Alright. And see, I've got my U-Butte salad with the cheese in it, and there's even a dressing comes with it, but I'm having mine. Oh yeah, look at that. And we'll put theirs on it too. Beautiful. So I'm going to hook in, have a feed, and then I'll come back to you and we'll have a bit of a chat about some of my adventures. Get out of that. No, well. Bobo's trying to help herself, as usual. Get out of it. Wait. I meant the salad. With cheese in it. How good is this? I reckon my wife lets me come up here so I can be a bit naughty and eat big fat rare steaks like this. And drink beer. I just thought I'd share a bit with Bobo too. Well, team, here we are after dinner, having a beer, just relaxing. You can see the campfire behind us. Bobo's in the hut on the bed with a jacket on, and we'll have a photo of that or shot of that later. What I want to talk to you about tonight was a recent trip that I've been on to the Invictus Games. Now, I've been lucky enough, in 2014, I was actually able to go to the Invictus Games and participate, and literally, I come back, I've always said this, met some amazing and inspiring people. If you ever get the opportunity out there to have a crack at the Invictus Games, which I'm pretty sure coming up in the next couple of years there'll be several, I would urge anyone that's an ex-serviceman to do it. Now look, there's the haters out there, and there's the sooks and the whinges that have a go at people that are on it. Look, at the end of the day, these people have got out off their rear end, put an application in, and been chosen to represent their country, you know, again, after being out of the military, or some still serving. It is a life-changing experience. In 2014, as I said, I was lucky enough to be able to compete. I competed in archery. The rowing, I think, got six out of about 20. There were a few younger people in there, so the old man wasn't too bad there. I also did the shot put. That was hilarious. I was the smallest dude there, and I'm pretty generously built. But there were some really big boys. And I've got to give a yell out to the American team. You know, their shot put team was amazing. Ran into a few of the boys whilst in Orlando this time, and it was so good to meet up. And went into the wheelchair rugby. Now, the wheelchair rugby is an amazing sport. Everyone wants to play it, and the reason they do is because it's just so much fun. So after that, I came back and I literally was energised, but there was the ups and downs afterwards. But I tell you what, it was definitely a life-changing experience. Met fellas like DT. Now you see him on a number of the Invictus things. He gave a speech this time that would bring tears to your eyes. Again, an amazing example of the Invictus spirit of a man that was injured and has overcome those injuries and competes very, very fiercely in the Invictus Games, and obviously the Warrior Games, other games. Other people on the trip, you know, and I got to give Mark Urquhart, he's bloody famous now, which is funny as buggery, an amazing man in the, I think it was the 1500, one of the races. Mark slowed down and assisted and made sure that the American that he was competing against got across the line first, got gold. Look, true Invictus spirit. There was other things though that, you know, were noticed, and more so by the Aussie team, in the powerlifting. Tim, what an amazing young man, even if he's a PTI, I might add, you know, out there and helped one of the other teams that didn't have a coach, that didn't have a trainer, and that again was very much the Invictus spirit. A couple of shout outs, you know, to a few of the people that I met and reaffirmed friendships with, one of which is Daniel Grobler, or Bruce as his nickname is. Big shout out to you and your family, mate. That was probably one of the highlights of my trip over to Orlando, is to see you and your family and be able to just spend some time with you and have a chat. Look, I've got to throw out one to Shaz, the young lady in the archery. What an amazing young archer. And I'm hoping to see the t-shirt out there, Shaz, too. Toronto, next year, 2017, I would urge anyone out there that's watching this, that's ex-service, find out how you can get into it and find out the details so you can put an application in, because it is well worth it, and as I said, it's life-changing. I'm going to have a couple more beers now. I'll probably come back a little bit later to have a chat and about a few other different things. But again, Invictus Games, it was an outstanding adventure. I really do thank Darren McManus-Smith and Luke for giving me the opportunity to experience another side of an amazing adventure. Thank you, fellas. As we can see, old Bobo's all tucked out. She's on the stretcher bed already, ready for a sleep. Aren't you adorable? Team, time to go to bed. As you can see, Bobo's already taken the pillow and she's out to it. We're going to knock the generator on the head. The fire's died down nicely, and we'll see you in the morning, yeah? Alright, thanks for joining us tonight. Bobo having a gnaw on a bone, just enjoying the morning.
Hey Bobo. And the fire's come along nicely. We started off with that night.
There you go. Well, good morning team. Finally I've got my coffee and I'm sitting there having a cuppa in front of the fire, just watching Bobo enjoy the morning. Oh, that's her just saying good morning on the camera stand there. Righto. Come on down you get. And I think if we can just bring it, we'll just tilt it a bit. Come on, here you go, come on. And here's Bobo's head, you can just see it up there saying good morning to us. Hey, good morning Bobo. Righto, come on, off you go. Off you go, off you go. Watch the temper, you clown. Righto. Righto. Well, it's really nice to be back up here again, team. Having a night at the lodge. It's been a bit of time in between that I've been able to get up here. As I spoke about last night, you know, I've been over to Canada luckily this year to the winter snow camp, and you would have seen a bit of footage on there with the dogs and everything like that. And then again to Invictus. Look, an amazing experience in Invictus. We've got a pretty few things happening at the end of the year, but we should be able to pump out a few more videos, which will be really good. We've got a bit of an adventure series we want to start looking at doing, just around the property, you know, exploring the property. Probably that's a better word for it, an exploring series. As well as that, during the exploring series, and what we want to try and do is just practice some of our survival skills, like lighting fires with Flynn, building shelters, navigating and things like that. So we're going to hopefully start to knock those out in the next couple of weeks, and that should really be an exciting time for the channel. Well team, here's brekkie this morning. Some bacon, some eggs and some tomato, plus some OJ that I got. So I'm going to hook in with this and then we'll do a bit of a tidy up and we'll come back to you. Well team, just out this morning having a bit of a shoot with the bow actually. I've not had the opportunity to do it for some time. So just having a bit of put some arrows downrange. Well team, another successful night up at the lodge. Bobo and I had a ball. Hope you've enjoyed joining us. We're looking nice and relaxed. We're going to head down now, so this is Harry and Bobo signing off. See you later.